Treasures of Fort Pierce, and we're in our episode called What's Your Story? I'm here with JessLee, and she's traveled from Stewart to come up here and to do a little show with us. So we're going to get started.
Burn, burn, you're now a lesson learned. Burn, burn, baby, burn. And I don't care how cruel I seem or how unfair it is. Burn, burn, baby, burn. I don't care how bad you want me back. Here on now, you don't mean jack shit.
I'm so excited. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Jess, I know you grew up in Florida. When did you actually come here to the Treasure Coast? How old were you?
I ended up, I can't remember exactly how old I was. I think it was around 2000 when I ended up coming. I think it was like 12 or 13. Yeah, no, it was really good. I actually grew up in Loxahatchee, Florida. And it was nice to come here and have a change. It was definitely more rural and more country out that way. And it was a little different coming here, but it was great. You know, I ended up meeting a lot of people, and you know, I think it was a nice change of scenery, and I know that my mom enjoyed it, so it was good.
Well, I'm glad you're here on the Treasure Coast.
Me too.
I wanted to interview you because you have this amazing career in singing right now, in country music, and also you're into fitness. So first of all, I want to know, when did you get into your singing career, and how did that kind of happen?
Well, it actually ended up happening more so after my fitness. I had always been into music, and I always knew that I wanted to sing, and I loved music, and you know, it was an important part of my life. But I didn't really become my own artist until actually on April 15th, it will be officially 2 years I've been my own artist. It's really been a very short period of time.
That's great.
Thank you. It actually, a lot of it had to do with the fact, I think most people, you know, it's confidence, and I didn't have that. I grew up being a little bit more overweight. I wasn't really conscious about what went into my body. I didn't really work out, and you know, I ended up being heavy set, and I had this mission that I wanted to lose that weight and gain weight, and you know, be confident in myself. And I did it, and that's how I got into my fitness, and it took about 3 years, and once I really started like doing that, I got more self-confidence, and I was like, you know what, I think it's time to like pursue. And that whole period of time while I was working on myself physically, I had been doing a lot of writing, so it was like I was like kind of mentally preparing myself that once I was fully comfortable with who I was physically, I was going to do that. So I got there, and then I released my album, and I was kind of just like growing with my fitness and my music at the same time, and it's been really, really good. It's kind of funny because I think I purposely kind of knew it was going to be that way. I just didn't really know the exact timing of everything, but it ended up kind of flowing the way I wanted it to, so it was good.
You're very young. She's at the tender age of 25. So that's incredible that you can have this kind of success with your music and your fitness and kind of correlate that together. Tell me, you had with you a new video that just launched called Burn. Now, did you write this song? All your songs you've written?
Yeah, all the songs that I've released, they're all mine. It's funny because Burn is a music video, and it was the first debut music video that I had done, and it was just so beyond like what I thought we were gonna do, and I came to my videographer with this story. It actually is my story. It's a true story, and you know, it's all about, you know, my experience with my past relationship that I had and being burned, and just, you know, the way that you don't have to necessarily, if something negative happens to you in your life or someone does something to you, you don't have to hold on to it. You don't have to let it affect you. You can move on and be fine. And that's what the whole song is about. So it was, it's something that's like kind of fun, but yet motivating and inspirational for people at the same time. And the biggest thing that I wanted about that song, though, was that even though it's a true story and the music video displays my story,
right,
the way that I wrote the lyrics were so it could be relatable to anyone.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what
everybody's
I wanted.
got a broken heart. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think it's very rare. If you haven't had a broken heart before, you're really lucky, because I think that's the most common thing ever.
You haven't lived it all. What I wanted to get into with you is also you're very young. You've established yourself in your music, and how did the community embrace you with all of this? I know you've done. Tell me what you've done too, as far as where you've been, what you've done now, as far as singing national anthems and all that.
Yeah, I mean, it's been really good. I think a lot of it had to do with you break out of being that cover artist, because when you really start making strides as an artist is when you start doing your own music, and that's the biggest thing. It's a very vulnerable thing, because especially in my situation, when a lot of my songs are stories of mine and experiences that I've gone through. So I was very fortunate for people to like my product that I was releasing, and it was very relieving. I would say that I have I've got God by my side and a really good team, and that's been one of the biggest reasons why things have been so successful.
And you have your own band.
I do. I have a band, that accompanies me.
Okay.
I do promote myself as an artist, but kind of like a Kelsey Ballerini or Carrie Underwood. They are the artists and they have people who play for them.
Correct.
And that's kind of how it is for me. And it's been really good. I would say the biggest part of the reason why things have been successful is because of my team and because of God. And the biggest thing is my team. Everything's been implemented and pre-planned in a certain way. And one of the best things we could have done was doing release party events and things that entice people to come out and be a part of these projects. Right. One of the coolest things was that in my music video, we had a scene that we filmed where people came out to be a part of the music video and were casted.
Extras.
Yeah, absolutely. That's basically what it was, and it enticed them to be like, absolutely. Actually, we're gonna have lots of room for that. It's gonna be inside a country bar. That's what I'm gonna see. Yeah, so it's gonna be inside a country bar. It's a really, really fun little song, and I actually am really excited to film it, and it's gonna have the opportunity for anybody to come and join and have a great time that night. So it's gonna be a really fun night. But yeah, no, that's been one of the biggest things, because when people are involved, it entices them. It's they're part of the project. They were part of helping make that happen. So that's been a really big thing. I love being able to include my town and stuff, so that's been a good part of the building phase.
So your video, was this the first one that you did? Burn? Was this the first?
It was my very first debut music video. It's officially my third single, and before my 3 singles, I also released an EP. For those who might not know, that's an extended play, and it's basically a short album. So it's just a 5-song album, and it's just I call that album my musical diary, because it's literally just songs that came from my life experiences and just from my heart, and It's a really good fun album. That was the one that I went out and recorded out in Tennessee. So
now, some of your songs you mentioned are about your life. Is this love relationships, kind of Taylor Swift? Is this just family stuff? What is this mostly about?
Oh, I am a pro at writing about jaded love. That is my specialty. Taylor, exactly. It's funny. That's the perfect example. Taylor Swift, man, she built her whole career on the jaded love and ex-boyfriends and bad breakups, and it's for some reason that's just kind of what I specialize in. I have a couple songs that I've written that are off that topic, but it's really, truthfully, for some reason, it's what I love writing about. It really is. So yeah, I
know social media is huge, and nowadays you can get noticed and seen through grassroots social media.
It's been a game changer for me.
Yes,
a game changer. The word. It was funny. I was actually just talking about this to one of my favorite artists today or recently, and he hates the word local artist, and by every right to. He hates it, because the thing is that even though people use it in a positive way, we're really not. Because of social media, I'm a worldwide artist. I've got people who buy my music in Switzerland, Germany. They play my music out in Europe.
Wow.
And I mean, so it's crazy, because I'm a local girl and I'm from this town and I love that and I will always be like, this is where my heart will always be. But social media is a game changer because my music is literally heard all around the world because of that. It's really, really cool. And one of the ways that we had found that out was, we were on iTunes and we called my distribution company and they were like, oh, well, this is how you can check out where your stuff's being bought. And I'm with my team and we're all freaking out because we're like, oh my gosh, like Australia likes my music, Germany likes my music, Switzerland likes my music, and we're just naming off these different countries, and it was just so incredibly, just overwhelmingly amazing, to realize that.
What is it like to have your song come on the radio? Have they played that?
They do. There's some
radio stations.
Nothing right now. So far, actually, nothing in my town, which is like, ugh. It is, especially, being pushed as the local artist, you'd think that you'd want, like, your girl,
Yes,
but I am played on many radio stations, some out of the country, some in the country, as long as they're not affiliated with iHeart. Unfortunately, when you're getting involved with iHeart and mainstream radio, they do prefer artists that are signed to a label, and that's just not a decision that I've made yet. I really am trying to push myself as an indie artist right now first. And eventually that might be a step I take if the right contract comes around and things work out that way. But as of now, it's a decision to be indie and to push that, and it's been a little bit of struggle. Mainstream, that is the hardest thing right now when you are not officially a signed artist. But I am playing on multiple radio stations, so long as they are self-owned.
Okay.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Is there anything you would like to tell young girls out there to encourage and empower them?
Yes.
I
am super strong about strength in women. It's one of the reasons why I ended up getting into fitness and continued to pursue it, because you see a lot of people that they are just not comfortable with themselves, and I've been in that situation where I didn't like who I was, and the biggest thing that you can ever do for yourself is just be who God created you to be. And don't try to mimic anybody else, because they're already taken. There's no one that's you.
That's true.
And you will get so much further in your life being you, because no one can ever be that.
I agree.
Did
you have a role model though? Someone that you
I think everybody
to?
Absolutely.
Carrie Underwood.
Actually, I would say my role model in country music is actually Brad Paisley. He's just perfect in every way. He keeps himself in shape. He writes beautiful music. He writes content that is lyrical.
So your role model was actually male, huh?
My role model was actually male. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And which I have a lot of women that I really do appreciate, but I have to say, like, wholeheartedly, like, as a full artist, I love Brad Paisley. I do. But I love Carrie Underwood. One of my biggest idols for a female is Miranda Lambert. I think she's just a wonderful, talented artist, a great performer. And that's a great thing. You can appreciate people and appreciate women and appreciate other people's qualities, but don't forget to love yourself and appreciate your own.
Right. Each of us are unique.
Absolutely.
And, I love to see and empower women and see them become successful. Now, recently, tell us what you've been doing recently. You've been singing a lot of national anthems and being with concerts. Tell us some success stories.
Well, it's been really good. I really just feel really truthfully blessed because 2 years, not even yet, April, like I said, April 15th, it will be officially 2 years as my own artist. To be able to do some of the events and things that I've done in a 2-year period, it's actually jaw-dropping, because I actually just got back doing Daytona Bike Week. I get a text from my friend yesterday, and it was just so eye-opening, because she texts me and she's like, I can't believe on this day last year you were booked at a bar. And
now
she's like, today, on this day, you're playing main stage Daytona Bike Week. And there's some artists who they're even with a label, and they want to do a gig like that or that gig specifically, and they don't even get booked, and to be able to play main stage and to be able to rock out with those people and have that event,
right?
It was just humbling. It was so cool, and I just I truly feel so blessed. And it's been a really successful thing, and to be able to know that it just happened in such a short period of time was just the coolest. And then I got to do some national anthems, some big ones. Sang for many pro games, but there was a new field that just opened up. It's the ballpark of the Palm Beaches.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, and I got to sing for the Mets and the Astros. And it was wonderful. It was a packed stadium. Everybody really loved it. I got to talk to a bunch of people afterwards and take some pictures with them.
Nice.
And I love doing the national anthem. I can't lie. I would be lying if I said the national anthem was not my favorite song to sing. It really, truthfully is.
Maybe we'll see you in the Super Bowl. You know.
I sure hope so. Gosh,
cool.
That would be outstanding. Let's pray for that.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sooner than later.
I hope so.
I want to have some fun with you.
Yeah.
All my guests, I try to have some really fun questions for them. And
Ask
sometimes
away.
they're the same, sometimes they're different, but I want to know, do you have a guilty pleasure TV show that you watch? You probably don't have time to watch it, but is there something you like to watch?
You're gonna laugh at me. So yeah, so talk about fun. I am a complete goofball. I love things that make me laugh, and if I do have time to sit down and watch TV, I have a go-to show, and I mean, it's like God answers prayer, because like for some reason there's been a marathon of it for months. So I'm like, oh my God, like I can always turn on the TV and see my fave show anytime. I love Impractical Jokers. I love those four guys. I am a super fan. Like,
I'm not familiar with that.
If you guys, Impractical Jokers, if you're watching, like, bring me out there. I wanna meet you guys. Like, I love them.
Maybe we can do that. Maybe we'll do that one day with somebody we know.
It's outstanding. If you like goofy, just like innocent, fun humor,
yes, we do.
and people who are just like on the spot, like I love improv stuff, you know, because it's genuine. You know, it's not. I don't like pre-scripted stuff. I don't know. You just
like
don't.
Candid camera. You're way too
I bet. I know exactly what you're talking about, though.
Pumped.
Yeah, I did like Punk with Ashton Kutcher. Yeah, no doubt. This show is just so funny though, and these guys, man, they get themselves to do the dumbest things, to embarrass themselves, and you are just laughing because you're like, who thinks of that? So it's fun. I appreciate good humor.
I appreciate that too. Now, what you're really into fitness? Do you have a guilty pleasure snack or thing that you like to eat?
I do. Well, let me start with I really had to work my way into having a really good relationship with food. And I really have no food restrictions. I really do eat whatever I want, but I eat it within a calorie content. You know, I have to stop at a certain point. So it's all about portions. But if I do have like a free night where I'm just like going haywire and enjoying everything, I wish I could eat a whole cheesecake. I would totally eat like a whole, what is it? The Cheesecake Factory, what's it called? The Adams peanut butter cup. I mean, just give me the whole thing. That would definitely be one of them. The other thing is I love mac and cheese pizza. So those are like,
that I've never even heard of.
It's outstanding.
It's for me.
No, mac and cheese pizza, it's life. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, so tell us, I want to know, is there anything that you can tell us that your audience may not know about you, that you're willing to share? If not, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but hey.
This is a really hard question because I'm like a super open book. I really have no, I wouldn't say it's like no filter, but I definitely have like no inhibitions. Like I'm pretty much super open about everything. I got nothing to hide. I don't know. Let me think about that, and if I randomly come back to it, I'll be like, I'll blurt it out real quick.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you, getting to know you, and we know where you've been, where you are now. What's the future for you?
The future is just to just keep working hard. I like to put goals on myself and say that I want to take my music as far as I possibly can, and but I also, I'm realistic, and I want to take my music and the talents that God has given me as far as He wants me to, and that's that's what's important. As long as I can do things, in His name and make Him happy for the gifts that He's given me, that's what's most important to me. But I would love to be that person that can be an inspiration to people, and and to just show them that you can come out of any situation in your life.
Absolutely.
And be something,
yes.
So I'm going to just continue to just push as hard as I can to be the best artist I can be, and hopefully, God will let me go as far as I'm dreaming I can.
So you will continue with your fitness, and you will continue writing stories that you can put into song, and you actually write them and you do the music with them?
I do. I actually have a huge part in the production of it as well.
Okay.
I have an amazing producer who he puts the work in for me. I usually end up giving him some sort of, we call it a scratch track. And basically what it is like I have the melodic, rhythm down and the lyrics, and I give him all that, and I work on everything that I want, exactly the tempo, how it's gonna be, maybe some bass line guitar on it. And then I send it over to him, and I'm a big believer in two minds are better than one.
Yes.
So, I have a really great team that when that stuff gets sent over to Tennessee, they immediately start working on it and kind of creating to what it's going to be and molding it to what it's going to be. And he's amazing because there's a lot of producers that don't let the artist be as hands-on as I really am with my music. But I sit right there in a big comfy chair right next to him, and he's behind all these buttons, and we sit down and we plan, and we really, lay it out, like, what do we want? And he asks me, do you want halftime on this? What instrumentation do you want on this? I really do have a big say in the building of my song, which is a really nice thing to say, because a lot of artists do not. So
now, I do have one more question. Do you have brothers and sisters?
I do. I have two younger sisters.
Okay.
They are both just really great people, and they're surprisingly, it's crazy. They actually do amazing things with their music as well.
Oh my!
Yeah, one of them is actually right now like touring all around Europe.
Oh,
yes, she does musical theater, and she has the most crazy, amazing, like belting Broadway voice you could possibly think of, and she is an absolutely outstanding actress. I mean, she just blows me away because everyone who actually knows me said it time and time again, I'm no actress. So to just the things that she can do, I'm a genuine person. You can't now put a script in front of me and I can make it seem like it's a real thing. So, but she's amazing. I mean, she blows me away every time I've ever seen her do a show, and the things that she's done with her career are just outstanding. And then I have another younger sister who I am so proud of her. She actually was accepted into one of the best music schools in the nation, Berkeley in Boston. It's actually one of the best in the world. They were only taking a certain amount of people, and she blew them away at her audition, and we were just freaking out when she got accepted. So that's where she is. She's in Boston, and she's going to school, I believe. Her majors right now are for music, production, and songwriting. I think I know she went in for something originally different, but I think that's what she's at now. So maybe one day she'll be producing my music. Who knows? That'd be crazy cool.
Sounds like a very talented family.
We just love music, We love music. I have grandparents that they were like famous in Canada, and they were just traveled.
Like the Von Trapp.
Yeah, no, they traveled everywhere and did amazing things with their music. And my grandfather, he's written books about all of his experiences and the things that he's done in his life, and he's just so. I think it's in my blood. I think I'm supposed to be doing this. I
think you're gonna go far.
I hope so.
Now, let me ask you: if somebody in the audience wants to know where you are and find you, JessLee, where do they go to find you on social media?
You know what? If you're really looking to connect with me, I'm really fast at answering on either Facebook or Twitter. My Facebook, all you have to do is search JessLee, which is one word. The J and the L are capital, and it's JESSLEE. And then my Twitter handle, and it's the same exact handle for my Instagram, is JessLee Country. So if you do that and you want to search JessLee Country, you'll get my Twitter and my Instagram. And then, those are really the three that I'm super active on. But I really love if you can go onto Facebook. Burn is pinned to the top. It's my brand new music video that just came out. It's right there at the top. You can go check it out. If you can, like my music page. If you like what you see and hear, like the video, give it a thumbs up and give it a share for me, because I can't believe it. It's been only a month, a little over a month actually now, and it's 115,000 views.
Wow.
So it's pumping out. Thank you. It's pumping out. People are really just taking to it and loving it, and it's the biggest compliment I can get. So an even bigger compliment is if you take it and you share it. You don't know how much it helps me, and you know how much it means to me. So
it's a very good video.
Thank you.
She messaged me and said, Plythe, can you share this for me? I was absolutely, and I sat there watching. I'm like, who's this girl? Is she Hollywood? Who is she? It's very
Thank
well
you.
done. So make sure that you get on. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for
so
being
much.
on the show.
Oh, absolutely. I
And,
really appreciate you having
It's
me.
nice meeting you. I hope we can do some more work together.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's
I'm all
meet a video or
intention.
something.
Next one. Come and rock out. Bring your boots, though.
Thank you for being on this edition of What's Your Story with JessLee. And we will see you next time.